Welcome back, and in our last episode, we finally made it to New Vegas. We've explored and walked around a little bit of Freeside, and now we're in Camp McCarren. We've talked to Major Dhatri and gotten our quest now. We've decided to go with taking out Driver Nephi, but in the meantime, we're going to explore Camp McCarren and take a look at what all of these tents have to offer. We run through the barracks, and we find some pretty minor loot. A good bit of caps, good bit of ammo, quite a few magazines, but we don't take every single one of those. We want to be really careful that we're not stealing, or at least we're not doing so in the presence of some other soldiers. Right now, we're positively aligned with the NCR, and we don't want to ruin that reputation as of yet. We haven't made any decisions on what moral ground we're going to take in the entire game, but they don't seem like the people that we want to mess with as of right now.
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
Hello?
I see you're still alive, and that's promising. Any luck on that bounty? Right.
Krim has a new sheriff. That should keep the powder gangers away.
Interesting that that's what a junkie concerns himself with.
You like the sight of your own blood? Eat this!
You like the sight of your own blood?
Murderer!
Keep looking. Gotta still be here. Talk to me, Flyer. Can't run from me.
mine.
You like the sight of your own blood?
I am so glad that wasn't the person that I was meant to kill.
This. Eat this.
So I am realizing that there is a problem here. Boone is extremely aggressive, and he tends to like one-shot, maybe two-shot with my additional shots. He's crushing these guys, and if he is taking headshots, then I'm gonna fail this quest, or at least I'm just not gonna get the full extent of it. So I'm gonna need to figure out a solution for that. After taking out all of these fiends, we're getting a little bit distracted. We're not going to take a look at Zaps yet. We'll come back at another time.
Can't run from me. All mine. Can't run from me.
and we're out of the South Vegas ruins and hopefully onto our next point of interest. Just when we think we're in the clear, we turn the corner and there's another fiend group ready for us. Well, time to go back to work. And as we pull up our Pip-Boy, we realize this is actually exactly where we're supposed to be. So, we're going to save. And we're going to be on our way. I'm going to take a few steps back. I'm going to see if I can give Boone some specific instructions and maybe some loot. But look what happens. The first person decides to roll around the corner and Boone goes aggro. And it looks like he's carrying a golf driver. Driver Nephi was the first person to jump out. And like I said before, we have to be careful with Boone.
You're mine. Can't run from me.
Let's cross our fingers and hope that we didn't shoot him in the head. Alright, moment of truth, and we're good. It turns out we just shot his arm off. So now that we've got the head and completed the quest for Dhatri, we're just going to quickly scoop up all the loot from all the people that we just cleared out of here, and we're going to make our way back. Just going to send it into double time. No need to dwell on this. Just some loot. Going to consolidate everything and hopefully get all the main things. And on our way out, we missed one. So one less person to take care of.
Eat this. You're mine.
I say you're still alive, and that's promising. Any luck on that bounty? That right. You killed one of the psychopaths on my shit list. Let me see the scumbag's head. Well, well, well. Driver Nephi. Nothing to say, you son of a bitch? No tips on my golf swing? Lost a lot of good men to this psychopath. Morale's gonna be better now that he's gone. Here's the bounty I promised. I guess we can send first recon down to Camp Forlorn Hope. They need all the help they can get there. Damn right I do. Who do you think you can take down? Violet it is. Wish I could give you more advice on how to bring her down, but we know less about her than the other two. Just watch out for the dogs. She raises them herself. Might as well be their mother. I never leave her side. Good question. Fiend territory is southeast of here, but they range all over the area. None of them stays in any one place for long. You've gone after the Fiends before. I don't have to tell you to keep alert. Good luck. Right.
And with that, we complete our first leg of the 3-card bounty quest. Next is going to be Violet. And since we were able to get the head without mangling it or shooting it, we get 250 caps instead of the 100 caps. We also get the same amount of NCR fame.
What is it? And you?
On our way out of Camp McCarren, we see a guy just going to town on what looks like either the truck or this
Let me
dummy.
guess. You got work for
Name's
me,
Little
right?
Buster.
Well, you're too late. I just quit the bounty trade. As soon as I pick up some caps that Dhatri owes me, I'm out of this scrapyard. Because I killed a couple of marks for him, that's why. You ever hear of Jackson? Or Night Terror? Damn right they were. And they were good, too. Till I popped a couple shells in their assholes. Bam. Dead. Finished. Over. See, somebody gives me a job, I do it. Maybe I complain a little here and there, but my shit gets done. Well, hey, the field's wide open now that I'm gone. Probably lots of people looking to get in once they hear I quit. Oh, shit, I don't know. Gotta be at least a month. Longer than I last at most jobs. Oh, yeah, a lot. Like before I was a bounty hunter, I worked as a caravan guard. You'd think that was a cakewalk, right? Wrong. Crazy bastards expected me to wake up at dawn. Forget it. It's about 2 hours after this guy hits the sack. And I need at least 10, 12 hours of sleep to do my job. Price of excellence. See, I thought the bounty hunting trade would be easy money, but it turns out it's hard work, so screw it. Also, I ran into this Mark who was a little too tough for me. I mean, I could have taken him. But with this guy, might have cost me some bad burns or an ass rape. I'm all for risking my life, but I'm a little sensitive about my asshole. Hey, yeah. Next time you see me, maybe I'll be rolling in a shitload of caps, right?
Well, that was some interesting dialogue.
Hello?
Got any more good news for me? Right.
I'm usually good with faces, but I don't think I've seen you here before. What brings you to Camp McCarren? Unfortunately, no. In fact, the word from the ranger stations has been especially concerning lately. Sounds like they've run into overwhelming resistance, and supplies just aren't reaching them. It's been so bad, I asked Sergeant Reyes at Camp Forlorn Hope to look into it, and see how it is that things could be so fouled up there. There are a lot of things I can't spare troops for right now. If you can help us, we can definitely pay you for your work. You don't cook by any chance, do you? Farber's doing his best, but it's hard to manage an army with half my staff in line for the latrine. Honestly, we're fighting a lot of fires right now. The Fiends keep pressing their position from Vault 3. We've got the Legion breathing down our necks across the river. We actually took an officer alive last week, but so far he hasn't spoken a word. Yeah. On top of everything else, I can't send a patrol on a bathroom break without it being ambushed by someone who heard they were coming. So somebody's getting the word out. It's our main base. We took it because it lets us keep an eye on the Strip, and it had already been fortified before the Great War. From here we handle most of the logistics for our operations in Nevada. Troop allocation, supply distribution, intel. Usually General Oliver runs the show here, but he's on his way to the dam now, so I've taken on a lot of his duties here. Well, why not? Given your recent arrival, at least I can safely rule you out as the leak. I'd like to have absolute trust in my men, but that's just not practical right now. Go ahead and look into it. See what you find. We don't have much to go on right now. Lately, every raiding party in New Vegas seems to have a map of our troop movements. It derails everything. Supplies, reinforcements. And it'll only get worse the longer we let it go on. Captain Curtis is heading up the investigation right now. He can fill you in.
So after talking to the first person that we come to, we realize that the NCR is in a rough spot. They are seemingly having attacks left and right, and there seems to be some kind of information leak.
Farber's doing the best with what he's got, but man, I could go for a nice cut of Brahmin steak.
Nice to meet you. I'm Curtis. Officially, I'm in charge of Bravo Company. But since General Oliver has Bravo and most of our forces here garrisoned, I'm free to do other things. So I work with Colonel Shu on logistics, patrols, supply lines, reinforcements, that sort of thing. Lately, it's been less about that, and more about figuring out how that information is getting leaked to raiders. It's a big base with a lot of unhappy soldiers. They get stir-crazy. Hard to separate the malcontents from the actual culprit. Smart man. I could use somebody who can operate under the radar around here. Whoever our mole is, he's been slippery. Whenever one of the MPs gets too close, he changes his habits. Our last lead went cold weeks ago. You want my advice? Start by talking to people with a lot of eyes in the field. People like Lieutenant Boyd, or Sergeant Contreras, maybe. Careful with Contreras, though. He's not above suspicion himself. Keep me apprised of any leads you get. This guy's gotten a lot of my men killed. I'm just itching to return the favor. Later.
And on Curtis's desk is a note of the location for a sniper's nest. We'll come back and find this at another time when he's not in his office. We don't want to steal and we don't want to aggravate the people that we just work so hard to get fame with.
Boyd's in there with a prisoner right now. Boy, is she pissed. Boyd's in there with a prisoner right now. Boy, is she pissed.
You stick out like a sore thumb around here. You sure you're in the right place? Now, what kind of MP would I be if I didn't notice anything suspicious? I've had soldiers go AWOL, break-ins, thefts, you name it. Well, there's Anders. He's a ranger. That one's not suspicious so much as worrisome. He left on a dangerous assignment. Colonel Shu sent him out. Now I think he feels guilty not having any way to check up on him. Yeah. The man I'm more interested in is Corporal White. White had a lot of promise. Wanted to be a ranger as bad as anyone I've seen. But he also had some extracurricular activities going. Now he's gone. I don't know him very well myself. I seem to remember that he was the man to call on if you needed someone to get in and get out quietly. Colonel Shu would really be the person to talk to. Not the kind of things you like to see go missing. No witnesses yet. I've got my money on Sergeant Contreras, who's supposed to be in charge of distribution, the little weasel. But he's too slick to let anyone catch him doing it. We've searched his possessions a dozen times. Nothing. Word around the base is he'd been going regularly to visit a hooker named Dazzle at Gamora. That's a casino on the Strip. Classy place. His belongings are up in the barracks in the concourse building. First bunk on your left if you're facing it from the center. I haven't had a chance to look through his things yet, so that might be a good place to begin. Not big on reading name tags, huh? That's okay. My name is long and difficult to pronounce. Ready for it? It's Boyd. Lieutenant Boyd to my friends. Colonel Shu has me handling the policing duties for the base. I've told him he could make my job a whole lot easier if he would just let me shoot anyone who talks back to me. But you know how colonels can be. Yep. See you around.
Hello.
Go right ahead, Trooper.
Listen, asshole, I know you're not really an NCR health inspector, so you can cut the restaurant critique routine. And I want my 50 caps back.
Exploding ass syndrome.
Because I looked it up, and there ain't no disease called colorectal implosion syndrome. So I paid you to look the other way for nothing. Wait, you're not... Oh, wow, I'm sorry. You look just like... Never mind, sorry. So what can I serve you up? That's nothing. You just look like the health inspector who stopped through for the yearly inspection a couple of weeks back. I was hoping I wouldn't have to wait another 11 months to see his crooked ass to get my caps back. Ah, well. Anything I can get you?
And that is one mighty long pause, Farber. Geez, you good, my dude? Did you have a seizure? And with that, we're going to close out episode 16. We explored around New Vegas, and we helped out the NCR taking out driver Nephi, and that was our big accomplishments of the day. In the next episode, we're going to follow up with some of the leads that we got from this one, and we'll see how that goes. Guys, I'll see you next time.